look at this place. In our apartment complex, we have this kind of courtyard type of deal, and it includes this thing called the tree house. So you guys could see, it's almost like a little clubhouse. And oh my gosh, they even have like a little kitchen. They have a fire going. Oh, that's, ooh baby, that's nice. Perfect for days like today when it's a little bit dreary outside. It's actually like the second time it's ever rained here since we've been in Seattle. So I've been here for almost a month and a half. Yeah, it's been here for over a month, and this is like the second time it's ever rained, minus the other time that it snowed. It's been really, really nice here. So this is like a nice little cozy spot. All right, guys. So welcome back to the channel if this is the first time here. Sorry, this video is going to be a little bit boring and retroactive. But anyways, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. Get down there, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below. It's probably like the best thing you could do right now because the whole algorithm change. Leave this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. But today we're going to be going over a couple of things. We're actually going to be talking about, everybody's been asking me, obviously this is one of the first videos I'm officially making living out here in Seattle. So a lot of people have been asking what I sold my Jeep for when I was back in Ohio. If you're new to the channel, welcome. But like I said, this is going to be kind of retroactive. So for those of you that don't know, I sold my Wrangler back in the beginning of February. I think it was like the 1st or the 2nd of February. And kind of what reminded me to make this video was I actually got my check here. We're gonna go over that in just a minute. A lot of people in my last video, well, the last video with the Jeep rather, were asking me how much I sold my Jeep for. Before we get into that, I'm just gonna tell you guys straight off the bat, I did lose money. Obviously, with aftermarket parts and stuff like that, dealerships, they don't really get the value as if you were to sell it to a private party. So dealerships don't really care about aftermarket parts. So pretty much, I would say most of your money, if not all of the money that you put into your Jeep, is gonna be lost right off the bat. So lift kits, wheels, tires, any electronics, light bars, sound system upgrades, literally anything. It's just one, it makes it harder for the dealership to kind of price that out to sell again, and also they don't know what the value of any of that stuff is. So you can tell them that your lift kit cost 10 grand or whatever it was, and they wouldn't know if you were telling the truth or not. So now that we got all that out of the way, did I lose money on the Wrangler itself? Had I not put all the accessories and stuff on it, it's hard to tell whether I would have sold it for more or less to a dealership. But again, private party, you would have made at least some of, if not most of your money back. So it's a little bit different. I just needed a quick sale because we were leaving in such like a hurry. I didn't really have time to find a private seller and kind of deal with like paying off the loan and getting the title to the person that's back either in Ohio or wherever they're from, shipping that to them, making sure the payment goes through. So I pretty much just went the dealership route to make it all easy, make sure I definitely got my money. They'll handle all the title work and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just kind of made it easier for myself. So when I originally bought my Wrangler, it was actually listed at like $45,000, or I think the sticker was like $45,000 or $46,000. I obviously got a way better price than that because of my relationship with Randy. I believe I got it to just around 40, if not under. I think it was like 39-ish, something like that. It pays to know somebody in the dealerships, and especially somebody like Randy, who he was very straightforward with, this is how much I'm paying for it, this is how much I need to make minimum, and I'm happy to sell it to you for like whatever that is. So very straightforward. Literally had me build it on the computer, showed me his profit, showed me whatever, and we agreed upon a price. So for the sake of everything, let's just say I paid like 40 grand. So over 2.5 years, or a little over 2.5 years, owned the Jeep, obviously aftermarket parts. We drove it all over the country, put a bunch of miles on it, 36,000 miles, something like that, over the last like year or 2.5 years. Coming to sell the Jeep, we ended up selling it back to Randy for $36,000. So lost a little bit of money there, right around $4,000. I owed $24,000 on it. We agreed on a price at $36,000, so that extra $12,000 is what I got my check back for. $12,000.49. Why he didn't just round up to 50, I have no idea. And why he didn't just round down to $12,000 even, I kind of appreciate that I got the extra 49 cents, to be honest. So yeah, I got a check back for $12,000.49 exactly for selling my Wrangler. So what did I get for my Wrangler? Technically, I got $12,000, but because they had to pay my loan, the rest of my loan off and all that stuff, pretty much they bought my Jeep for $36,000. I think it was like 36 and a half, or yeah, $36,000. So they cut me a check back for the difference. And then if you take what I bought it for, so like the $40,000, and you take away that $36,000, I really only lost about $4 grand over 2.5 years. Minus the price of gas and obviously the price of aftermarket parts and stuff, I'd say it's a pretty damn good deal. You know, you're only losing about, I don't know, $2 grand a year, something like that. So it's a pretty good investment for me. Again, not all the parts, I didn't pay full price for all the parts, so I didn't lose out tremendously. I did have some sponsorships, I did have some free parts sent to me for reviews, things of that nature. So what the real cost of my Jeep is still, I have no idea. Honestly, I'd never kept track of any of that stuff. But what I can tell you is the base numbers. So base numbers, bought it for 40, sold it for 36, only lost about $4 grand there. All right, so I hope that answers everybody's question about how much I sold the Jeep for. Actually, matter of fact, before I even got my check for the Wrangler, it was already resold from Randy's dealership. Matter of fact, he was actually really happy that I had taken it there, because it was such a great advertisement for him that people would come and, you know, like you guys, some of my fans would come off my videos and they would want to go see the Jeep, and they either wanted to buy it or they came in and while they were in decided they wanted something else. And he said he made a couple of sales off of that, and he sold the Jeep, or at least he had it listed for pretty much the original like price that was on the sticker. I think the price was like 46 on the sticker, but he sold it for, well, he had it listed for like 43, I think, or 44, something like that. Yeah, I mean, these Jeeps, man, they hold their value. It's not a bad investment. This has kind of got me out of a hole with other cars. I owed a ton of money. My first car was a Saab 9.3. I took that, I actually owned that one outright, and I bought a BMW. When I owned the BMW, I went into a little bit of a hole on that one, because by the time I wanted to get rid of that one, I actually had negative equity on that, which transferred over to my Jetta lease. Owned my Jetta lease for, was it 4 years? Wow, that was a long time. Loved that car, by the way. But yeah, owned my Jetta lease for 4 years, and that pretty much kind of took away all of that negative equity during that lease. I was paying like a pretty high lease payment, but I mean, I have to deal with the consequences of buying a freaking BMW. Decided to get a Wrangler because I know they'll hold their value very well, as well as like looking at like Toyota Tacomas, looking at Toyota Tundras, anything Toyota, they hold their value like really, really well as well. But I just have such a passion for Jeeps. I'm hoping there's a few out here that I'm really looking forward to either going to look at, maybe buying, purchasing. I know I said I don't really want to pay for a parking space, but maybe I could figure something out here. I know you guys are really interested in seeing another build, so would you guys, this actually brings up a good point. Out here, out west, there is a ton of like older model like Wranglers, like my favorites, like the TJs and the LJs, and just, oh, they're so clean because they don't use salt out here. Ohio, everything's just rusted to piss. Or would you want me to do a newer one? I did have the idea maybe of just buying a completely as base model as you could get Wrangler, and then building it up from there. I enjoyed the Rubicon, but I never used it as much as I really wanted to, or what the capabilities of it really were. So buying like a sport complete base model and then building it all the way up to pretty much what a Rubicon is. Don't know if you guys would be more interested in that, or an older Wrangler, maybe a 4Runner. But the other thing out here is like lowered cars, and I've been a big fan of cars forever, so I'm kind of all over the place, honestly. There's even a ton of Japanese like import trucks, like mini trucks, that I would be totally interested and totally down to buy, because some of them are just wild. Yeah, so leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think I should do for my next build series, whether it be a car, a truck, a Jeep. I don't really want to like get into like a 392 because we're gonna get into that in the next video. Yeah, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys want to see on this channel. I know it's gonna be kind of boring. I obviously don't have a car. I'm gonna go to some car meets here soon, meet some people, see some new shops, stuff like that. And then we're gonna continue the channel here. We're gonna continue building stuff, continue educating. I'm gonna continue learning about different cars and parts and trucks and diesel and whatever. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave this video a huge thumbs up, leave some comments below, and as always, we will catch you guys in the next one.